Hello students, this is the revision video of Geography chapter number 2, Globe, Latitudes and Longitudes. In the previous chapter, we read how Earth is not a sphere. It's basically slightly flattened at the North Pole and the South Pole. Basically, it is of geoid shape. Now, let us understand what a globe is. The globe, as you can see in this picture, is a miniature form or true model of the earth. Globes can be of different sizes and types, big ones, small pocket globes, globes like balloons, etc. Now, the globe is basically not fixed. It can be rotated in the same way as a top spin or a potter's wheel is rotated. Now, on the globe, the countries, continents, and oceans are showed in their correct size and location. Now, when you look at a globe, you can see that a needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner. This one, here in this one and this. 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes are two poles, that is North Pole and the South Pole. And this tilted needle is called the axis of the earth. This is the axis of the earth and it is tilted, please remember. The globe can be moved around this needle from west to east direction, that is from left to right direction. But remember, there is a major difference. The real earth has no such needle. It moves around its axis, and the axis of the earth is basically an imaginary line. Now, there is another imaginary line running through the globe which divides the globe into two equal parts. This line is known as the equator. The equator divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the northern half or northern hemisphere and the southern half, also called southern hemisphere. Now, all the parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitudes. Now, these latitudes or these imaginary lines are measured in degrees. Now, as you can see in the figure 2.3, the equator represents this. This is the equator. This represents the 0-degree latitude, and the North Pole and the South Pole represent 90-degree latitude, and that is the North Pole is 90-degree north latitude and South Pole is 90-degree south latitude. All parallels north of the equator are called north latitudes. Similarly, all parallels south of the equator are called south latitudes. The value of each latitude is therefore followed by either the word north or south. Generally, this is indicated by the letter N, capital N and capital S. If you want to say, for example, there is a place called Chandrapur, which is 20 degrees north, we will write it like this. This is the latitude of the place called Chandrapur. Now, as we move away from the equator, the size of the parallels of latitudes decreases or they become small in size. Now, there are certain important parallels of latitudes besides equator, which is 0-degree, the North Pole 90-degree north and South Pole 90-degree south. There are 4 important parallels of latitude. The first is Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere. Second is Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. Arctic Circle is at 66.5 degrees north of the equator, and Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degrees south of the equator. Now, let us talk about the different heat zones of the earth. The midday sun, or during the afternoon time, the sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all the latitudes between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This area therefore receives maximum heat and is called torrid zone. So torrid zone is the area between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Now, the midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. That is, the poles receive slanting rays of the sun. Poles do not receive direct rays of the sun. As such, the areas bounded by Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have a moderate temperature and are called temperate zones. So temperate zone is between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the north and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the south or southern hemisphere. Now, the areas lying between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very, very cold. It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore, the rays of the sun are always slanting and they provide very less heat. Now, these zones are called frigid zones. In the frigid zones, it is very, very cold. So, the areas which are green in color, this is the torrid zone which receives maximum heat in the earth. The orange portion is, these two are temperate zones. The temperature here is moderate. The temperature basically is not very high, not very low. Very low, that is moderate. And these gray portions, these basically are frigid zones, which is very, very cold. Now let us talk about what are longitudes. So apart from the latitudes which run from west to east, there are other type of imaginary lines which run from north pole to the south pole, and these lines of reference are called meridians of longitude. Longitudes run from north pole to south pole, please remember. And the distance between these imaginary lines is called degrees of longitude, and each degree or each longitude is further divided into minutes, minutes into seconds. Now, longitudes are semicircles and the distance between them decreases as we go towards the poles. And as we have already studied, latitudes, the size of latitudes decreases as we move towards the poles. All the longitudes are of equal length. The 0-degree longitude is called prime meridian. It passes through Greenwich in Britain and it is called 0-degree longitude. And from prime meridian we count 180 degree eastward and 180 degree westward. Basically, it divides the earth into two equal halves, that is east and the west hemisphere. Eastern and western hemisphere. Okay. When the parallels of latitudes and longitudes meet each other, they form something like grid. You can see the grid in figure number 2.7. This is the grid. Now, longitudes are very helpful in locating time of a place or measuring time. Now, the best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, the moon, the planets, etc. The sun regularly rises and sets every day, and naturally, it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be recognized by shadow of the sun, which is now the shadow is shortest in the noon and longest in the sunrise and sunset. Now, when the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have midday or noon. So basically, time is measured based on the time in Greenwich. If it is afternoon in Greenwich, all the places near Greenwich will have afternoon only. Now, as the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich or the places which fall in the east of the Greenwich will be ahead in time of Greenwich, and which are in the west towards the Greenwich, west of Greenwich will be behind the time. For example, if it is 12 noon in Greenwich, so in the east direction, in a place, it will be 1 p.m. at the same time, and in a place west of Greenwich, it will be 11 a.m. Now, let's talk about the standard time. Why do we have standard time? The local time of a place, which are on different meridians, are bound to differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. Now, in India, for example, there will be a difference of about 1 hour and 45 minutes in local times of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. It is therefore necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of country as the standard time for the country. So for country India, the longitude of 82 and a half degree east is treated as the standard meridian. The local time at this meridian is taken as standard time for the whole country. So now the standard time of India is also called Indian Standard Time or IST. Now there are some countries which are very large in size. For example, Russia. In Russia, there are as many as 11 standard times. The earth has been divided into how many time zones? A total of 24 time zones for each hour of 1 hour each. Now each zone covers 15 degree of longitude.